Om Shri Sai Ram. Humble pranams at Bhagwan's divine lotus feet and loving Sai Rams to one and all. Continuing the role of Mahilas as Bal Vikas gurus in the Sri Satya Sai Seva organizations, today let's understand the sadhana to be undertaken by Bal Vikas gurus as ordained by Bhagwan. Swami says, remember, as gurus, you too have a guru guiding you and overseeing your seva. So you are also students. You also learn the lessons of equality, equanimity and selfless love while acting as gurus. More than everything else, the guru must be equipped with sahanam, that is tolerance, and a calm and quiet temper, says Swami. You should be prepared to meet all the buffetings of the environment without being ruffled. When someone inquires whether you have a calm temper, don't get enraged. Some people get angrier and angrier when they are asked this. So even when you have to speak harshly to a child or a parent, because all other means of bringing home a point have failed, let your heart be soft. Let it not be hardened by prejudice or hatred. Swami says that you must equip yourself for this task of seva through some individual sadhana done with sincerity and regularity. It should be practiced every day. So Swami says the pranava recital, chanting Omkar, is one form of such spiritual effort. So how should we chant Omkar? Swami says it must be recited slowly with deliberation. The sound must be like that of an aircraft. So Swami gives the analogy of the aircraft. The aircraft first approaches from a distance to the spot where we are standing, and then it flies away again into distance. So Omkar should be soft at first, but gradually it should become louder and louder, and slowly it should merge into silence. The sadhana of this sort is a must for all Sai devotees, says Swami. And this alone can give us Shanti and the most valuable gift of Prema. It will change our vision and enable us to witness unity where formerly there was diversity. Diversity of language, diversity of religion, nationality, creed, color, caste. So Bal Vikas can be best served only after cultivating this new vision of unity. So both the gurus and children should practice spiritual sadhana faithfully, and they should consider Bal Vikas' work as a part of their sadhana. Swami one day asked a few devotees, why does God incarnate on earth? One of them answered that God incarnates to fulfill the wishes of devotees. The Swami told him that God incarnates to restore dharma. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijami. This is what Sri Krishna told Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita. Swami says, to restore dharma, Bhagwan incarnates. And our wishes can be fulfilled by prayers. That too by chanting Omkar 21 times. We teach the shloka. Omkaram bindu samyuktam nityam dhyayanti yoginaha kamadam mokshadam chaiva Omkaraya namo namaha. Kamadam means the one which fulfills all our desires. So Omkaram is the wish-fulfilling tree. Mokshadam means it bestows liberation. It leads us on the path of liberation. Once a foreigner landed in Parthi with a devotee friend. He had agreed to go to Parthi on one condition, that he wouldn't bow down or do any namaskar to Sai Baba. He also laid a condition that he should be restricted from smoking or drinking. His friend agreed because he knew Bhagwan's omnipotence and omniscience. He had full faith in Swami that Swami would surely transform him. Swami gave them an interview the very next day. The foreigner was not in the habit of sitting on the floor cross-legged because he used to sit on a chair. So in the interview room, he sat with his feet outstretched towards Swami's chair. The devotee felt very embarrassed looking at him. He mentally prayed Swami for forgiveness. Swami lovingly smiled at him and asked the foreigner to chant Om after him, to which the foreigner readily agreed. And after the first Omkar, the foreigner's hands folded in the Namaskar Mudra. With the second Omkar, his legs were automatically placed in Padmasana. He didn't know how to sit cross-legged, let alone sit in Padmasana. Surprised at himself, he chanted Omkar a third time with Swami himself. And this time, the foreigner experienced an aversion and a disgust to all his bad habits. He developed an intense desire to serve people. He returned to his country completely transformed in his food habits, in his lifestyle, and he joined a nearby Samiti. He involved himself in all the Samiti activities like Narayan Seva and medical camps, and his house became a Sai center. So this is what chanting Omkar can do to us. It makes us realize the true purpose of life and takes us on the path of dharma, the true goal of life. So Bal Vikas gurus need to tread the path. They should practice before teaching about Omkar to children. Bal Vikas class or any activity of a Samiti begins with 3 Omkars. We all know Om is made of 3 syllables, U and Ma. U is the zenith. It's a Kailasa, abode of God, says Swami. And is the initial nadar and Ma is the final. So this is the spelling of Om. Just as we have G-O-D for God, we need to utter the combined word of Om, Om, as Om and not as Om, says Swami. Because we don't say G-O-D, we say God. We don't speak in alphabets, we speak in words, right? So Omkar is conversing with God himself. Swami says that Omkar is a phone number of God which establishes a connectivity with him. With the first Omkar, we dial the number. With the second Omkar, God receives our call. And finally, with the third Omkar, we can speak with God and God will listen to us. Isn't this what we teach our Bal Vikas children? Swami advises the gurus to lead the children along the joyous path of truth. Swami says, let your faces ever shower smiles, springing from the bliss you earn from seeing the happy faces of children. Don't fall into the trap of anger, pride, or jealousy. You can avoid all the bad qualities through steady and sincere sadhana. Swami says, Sa plus dhana is sadhana. That is, it is a real wealth, dhana, that can earn God's grace and take us on the noble path of righteousness so that we too can lead the future generations in the path of Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema and Ahimsa. We have the 5 teaching techniques which help us to instill these values in children. So more on it in our next episode. Thank you all. Jai Sai Ram.